Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the 638,425th podcast on YouTube, the Dad Religion Podcast. My name is Jason. I'm one half of this ship that is held together by Flex Seal, and that is Jim. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
I am hanging in there. Waiting for this heat to go away.
Oh, did you get a heat band come through there?
It's always hot. It was like 105 yesterday. So
when we talked last time, you guys had been in a bit of a mild patch.
It's still been a mild
Yeah.
summer. Like 2 summers ago, it was like over 100 for like, I don't know, 3 months.
I remember
straight.
that. I remember that. That's rough.
So I cannot wait for September and October to hit.
Isn't that tornado season for you?
We don't have tornadoes here. Tornadoes, not in Austin. We had one a few years back, but that was rare.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't. I'll take tornado season over this scorching heat any day of the week.
It comes with humidity for y'all too, right? It's not like that dry heat that you get in Arizona.
Fucking disgusting humidity.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, I'm used to. Listen, I've lived in heat a majority of my life.
Yeah.
The humidity puts it on a whole nother level. I mean, like El Cajon, La Mesa, it's not in the summer. It gets hot there. I mean, It gets in the hundreds. So it gets hot. Everyone thinks San Diego's beautiful. Yes. You go down by the beach, you're in the 80s. You come up East County, you're 102, 103. And then I lived in Arizona where 121 on any given day, 119, 118, 116. Midnight, it's well over 100 still. So I've lived in the heat. But the humidity, it's like wearing a wet towel over your face at all times.
A hot wet towel.
Yes. It sucks, bro. It sucks.
I'm sorry, man.
Just happy I don't got to work in it, you know?
Dude, I feel you on that. And I'm going to make it even harder for you to let you know that here in San Diego, even in El Cajon, it's barely cracked the 90s so far this summer. It's been a crazy mild summer here.
Yeah, I miss California weather for sure.
Yep.
For sure. That may be a reason I moved back. You never know.
Yeah, dude. It's I mean, we pay a lot here, bro, but we've got this built-in air conditioner that sits off the coast and just keeps us cool most of the time, you know.
Yeah.
In fact, that air conditioner is out right now. It's 8:00 in the morning here, and we have got cloud cover. Just from yeah, I'm sorry.
So what else is going on, buddy? How's life?
Nothing, dude. I have been fighting technology all morning long, and last night. Christine and I were trying to give a test run to play our 45s and listen, and I discovered at one point, took off my headphones, that the music was coming from the turntable that's supposed to be being picked up by the microphones was running direct somehow, and I've got no cords that are connecting it, and I checked Bluetooth and there's no Bluetooth connection, and I'm like, and the same thing was happening this morning, and I think it's running through this little doohickey right here that I got with the microphone, but there's absolutely nothing on here indicating that it's even Bluetooth capable. So I'm just being a total typical Gen Xer and suffering through my technology today, like I do every day.
We suck at that. I mean, as you'll notice, the sound quality hasn't been amazing. I have a lisp. We're doing our best as old men
but we're punk rocking it, but we're so DIY. We are punk to the bone.
We're trying to get through it one episode at a time, and hopefully each episode gets a little bit better. It's been the struggle bus, but when I heard the music, it sounded great coming through.
Right. It did. I couldn't believe it. It sounded really, really good, even with all the crackle from the old record on the turntable. But yeah, because it's running in directly. So I don't know, man. I'll figure it out eventually, or maybe it'll just eventually work itself out. I don't know.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you got going on with those 45s?
I think I mentioned it the last episode that we did, but Christine and I are listening to, we've got this box full of 45 records, or these 7-inch records, and they are 45 RPMs, and some of them are, most of them, probably 2/3 of them are from her mom when she was a young girl, probably around 12 to 16, living in Flushing, Queens, with her her 4 sisters and her parents and grandma in that big house in Flushing, Queens that they had. And then the other third are 45s that Christine herself had collected when she was around the same age in the 1980s. So I've mixed them all up now, and we're going to just pull them out one at a time and listen. And we may know it, and it may be cringy. We may not know it at all. It may be so scratched to shit that we have to stop it right there and then and pull it off, because some of these things are in really, really bad shape. But then we figure what we're going to do for the ones that we don't know, we're going to look them up and then give a little history on what those are, and then maybe even reach out to one of Christine's aunts to see maybe what their experience was with that 45 when they were young girls and whatever. Something like that. Maybe a little way of doing a little family history while killing time. I'm going to drink wine too. I'm pretty sure we're going to drink.
I think that's a great concept for a podcast, or just to have fun. I also think records are highly underrated.
Oh, yeah. They are absolutely underrated.
They are really underrated.
Listening to vinyl, because you put it in your hands and you set the record down, and most likely you're going to listen to a whole half of an album. You know what I'm saying? And you've got this tactile relationship going on with it, and also you're kind of obligated to listen to deeper cuts,
Yeah, and just the sound of the vinyl on there with the crackling and
I know, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I like it.
And the
Takes
fact
you to a place.
That to me it just blows my mind that they could just put music on this disc, this as my father-in-law calls it, licorice pizza.
Yep.
You can just, and you put this little needle on it and it just plays. It's to me it's kind of amazing.
And dude, that is old technology at this point. They've been doing that shit for a long time. They figured that out when horses and buggies were still, the primary mode of transportation.
Yeah, my mom has those first records that were like, what are they called?
78.
Phonogram? No, way before that.
It's like you mean the one that comes out of the horn?
It's like a tube.
Yeah.
It's like a tube. My mom has a few of those at her house. It's antiques. It's like a tube, and you just put it in there, and it plays. So that it's even older than that. You know what I mean?
That's nuts, man.
First record. I can't remember what they're called, but I wanted to say phonogram, but I know that's completely wrong.
I'm gonna look that up. That's crazy though. So older than the 78s. Nuts.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's like Mozart or something like that.
Really?
So whatever she has, it's I'll have to ask her. But I remember messing with them, and she has everything with it. So she has the tube that it came in, and you got to pull it out.
I have no idea what you're talking about, by the way. My imagination is not taking me to anything.
What is it called? Yeah, and it comes on those things that come out. The like the what you
like
just
a horn,
like,
right?
It's kind of like a horn. I'm gonna look
and
it
comes off. It comes off of the device and opens up like a cornucopia, right?
Yes.
And then the sound comes out there. Yeah. Okay. And you crank it on the side too, probably, right?
I believe so. Yes, you crank it, and that's what makes it go.
Is that not called a phonograph?
Yes, there it is.
Yeah. Okay.
What did I say?
I think you were close.
I said like sonograph or something.
You might have.
That.
You might have. Yeah.
Phonograph. Yeah, phonograph record player. Yeah, there it is, man.
That's great. Old school.
Yeah.
Dude, that's probably worth $1.01, man.
I'm sure it's worth something. I don't know about that. Too much, but yeah. Anyways, so I figure today, me and you were on a call when we were talking about like overrated things.
Yeah.
I figure we delve into a little of what I think is overrated.
Should we put our hand right in the fire, just get it started?
I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that yet. Hold on. I was thinking Things that I think are overrated.
Mm.
I think Game of Thrones is overrated.
Mm.
Again, I have nothing to speak on. I've seen one episode, but from that one episode, I was bored out of my freaking mind, and it was boring. I think Beck is overrated as a musician.
Ouch.
I think Dave Matthews Band is overrated.
I could probably sit with you on that.
And I think Taylor Swift is overrated.
There it is. Hand to the fire.
Said, Taylor Swift is very talented. She's probably one of the best songwriters of my generation, if you think about it. Not my type of music. It's catchy. I don't hate it. I just don't understand how someone could be so famous and just like I can't wrap my head around it. I'm probably gonna have 20 out of the 41 subscribers hating me, but you got any overrated things that you
So I kind of feel like everybody and any Hollywood celeb or athlete, no matter how elite they are, is going to seem overrated to somebody because it's art and it's entertainment and it's all subjective. So, what's overrated to you, Beck, to me is genius. And, Taylor Swift to you, she's talented, but you can't understand why so many people gravitate to her that way. To my wife, she's like, it's just obvious, like she's singing to her. So why not? So it's like, I think it's subjective, first of all. And I think you could just taking it down to the definition and the core. Let's say let's move it over to sports for just a second, right? No human being is worth $750 million in a contract, right? No. We can probably all attest to that, right? There's no bottle of wine that is worth $5,000 to drink. Obviously, there are players out there that are worth $750 million because they're cashing those checks, and obviously there are bottles of wine out there that are worth $5,000 because they're getting sold on the market. But it's hard for us to get our heads around any one person being that valuable or any one thing being that valuable. Am I right? Are we all sort of on the same page about what we're talking about when we say overrated?
Yeah, I think that like when it comes to wine, I just don't like wine.
You just don't like wine, so a $5 bottle of wine is overrated for you.
Well, from what in culinary school, we took wine classes, and wine is only worth what someone will pay for it. So like,
sure, yeah,
and it's all hype. It's all hype. Like, no, it is. That's how it gets to that price. That's how it gets. There can be a $700 bottle of wine and a $40 bottle of wine, and the bottle of the $40 bottle of wine will taste just as good as a $700 bottle of wine. And from what it was explained to me was it's all hype on how people want it, what people want. It's all the hype that brings the price up. I'm sure some of those older wines that have been aged, sure, they've been aged and aged and aged and aged, and you can tell like the difference between a 10-year versus a 20-year. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's going to be a price difference. It's aged 10 more years, but like a basic, like these ones that aren't aged that long that are just really expensive. And then there's like $2 Chuck. $2 Chuck. People love that stuff.
Some people.
It's not $2.
It's not $2 anymore. I think it's $5 Chuck now.
Yeah, but the only reason that is still $5 is because I think it's Trader Joe's sells it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Trader Joe's has kept it at that. But if they wanted to raise it to 20 or 30 just because it's popularity, they could.
I wouldn't have bought it for that price. So I cannot speak to $700 versus $40. That's just $700 is, if I've ever tasted that, I didn't know. But I could tell you the difference between $40 and $10. And I just tasting it myself. And I am not I do not have a sophisticated wine palate, and so everything usually needs to be explained to me. So I don't think I agree with that assessment by your instructor. That
Yeah, I don't know either way because, like I said, I don't drink
because
wine.
you don't like wine, right? But it's funny though because it's a palate. That's a palate issue, right? Isn't it the same though when it comes to artists and athletes and
No,
the whole thing?
because I don't dislike Taylor Swift. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
I don't hate Beck. I just don't. I think he's boring.
You can't figure out why Taylor Swift will sell out an arena in Europe and then have an equal amount of people that are outside the arena up on a hill just being there where they can't even hear or necessarily hear or see her or any of that, but to be there. You don't understand that phenomena, right?
Yeah, I don't understand it with a lot of people. Like I don't understand it with Paul McCartney, and I love Paul McCartney, but
Yeah.
to be that famous is just wild.
Yeah.
But
I was talking with Christine about this yesterday, and she was telling me that there is a different variety of fan that in the Swift universe that is more, less respectful of the artist, really gets into their space, the way that the people used to chase the Beatles around and stuff like that. That's the kind of thing I really don't have a whole lot of patience for, and I don't understand that at all, why people do that. But I think going back to, remember we talked about that feeling that you get when you're in an arena and everyone is singing along and they know all the words and the song means something to you and this and that. It's cathartic, and that's what happens with Taylor Swift fans. It's just
I get it,
catharsis.
and I also give her a lot of respect for the way she handles it. I don't even know
dude.
how a human can do. I mean, she was on stage for 3 to 4 hours a night during this last tour, and I heard something about her talking about. She's like, I can't be sick. I can't have the flu. I can't do this. Yeah. I can't hurt myself. I can't. You know what I mean? She had to be on stage for at least 3 hours because I mean, I just that is a lot. And
dancing in heels.
Yeah. I don't know. I think she's an enigma.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I don't know that I could do that. I wouldn't feel comfortable. I wonder if she's comfortable in her own skin, like in real life. Like if she is comfortable. It seems like she is, but there has to be a part of you that is just uncomfortable, like all the time. Like, someone's gonna be taking your picture. You know this, you know that, you can't go anywhere, can't do anything without headlines. And I know they say, oh, we just don't look at the headlines. That for her, that has to be. I don't know, man. It's just, to me, it's just wild how people live that way. But
how fortunate,
she's been doing it for 20 years. So
how fortunate is Taylor Swift to be friends with people like Paul McCartney, who she can actually have a sit-down conversation with, and he can be like, oh, listen, Taylor, this is what this is what you're gonna expect, this is what we're gonna do, and she's like, and then she gets to think about it because if anything, she's a really obsessive thinker. She plans her fucking shit out years ahead, right? She's probably had more opportunity to think about what that kind of an impact is and how to surf it, as opposed to like the Beatles or Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson probably better than the Beatles. Beatles are suddenly just caught up in it. Elvis just caught up in it all of a sudden. Like, what the hell is going on? Suddenly I got everyone screaming at me and they're like chasing me to my hotel and all this other stuff, that kind of stuff that never really happened before. She had people that went before her, and some of them that she's actually friends with, that she can talk to and give her advice about, hey, look, this is how to protect yourself. This is how you do this, and this is how you sustain. Maybe she that you're right. She's an enigma, man. I don't see it happening again, but I guess you're right. It's hard to know how it really affects her. There's no real, we don't have anything really that gives us a glimpse into her real personality. I guess that podcast is probably about as close as it came, right? Sitting down. She doesn't do that from what I understand. So
yeah, I heard that was her first one.
Crazy. That is crazy.
Enough about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, totally overrated after we just like doted on her for like 10 minutes.
By overrated, I mean, I just, like you said, I don't feel that people deserve that much.
Listen, Jason, it's demagoguery is what it ends. It's not on the part of the artist, but on the part of the fans. There's demagoguery that happens sometimes. It's just, And the other thing, we had a really good conversation, Christina and I, yesterday about this. And the other thing that I was talking to her about is that's part of what ends up happening is that the messenger gets caught up and mistaken for the message. If you get what I'm saying, like it happens with Christianity, like big time. Like now you've got a whole bunch of Christians in this world who kind of don't really give a shit what Jesus had to say or any of that stuff. All they care about is that, he's got a name, and that's it. You get what I'm saying? So the message is mistaken for the messenger, or vice versa, whatever.
I also think, I mean, it happens in politics, obviously. I personally think Joe Biden was overrated. I think Kamala Harris was overrated. I definitely think Donald Trump is extremely overrated. The doting of politicians, to me, is stupid and overrated. I think the car Tesla is over. I'm just going to name stuff. Tesla is overrated. I think Ohio State football is overrated. Go Blue. And I just think there's a lot of movies that are overrated, TV shows there's just so much crap out there.
So movies, let's talk about movies that are overrated. What do you think about The Godfather? Did you ever see The Godfather?
Okay, I'm the worst person to talk. If
You're right, because you don't. Yeah,
I don't watch many movies. I have seen The Godfather. It was amazing.
Okay.
I think Godfather, the latter Godfathers, I think it was 3.
Yeah.
Wasn't that great?
It was average movie, but didn't live up to the other 2. No.
I think there's a lot of TV shows, like I said, I don't get. Like I think all what is it called? A reality TV is trash. And I don't know why people pay. My wife watches the worst fucking TV, the worst reality TV ever. It's like I don't watch too much. I probably watch about an hour's worth of TV a week, if that. If I find a show,
do you include baseball? Does that include baseball or no?
No, I'm just talking about regular TV shows.
Okay. Yeah.
So unless I find something that I really like, and there's a cartoon actually I really enjoy right now. It's called Invincible. It's on Prime. I'm really into that, so I'll watch a little bit more. But if I'm not watching anything, I have nothing on. I barely even turn on the TV, unless I'm playing a video game. I'll play some video games, but or watch some baseball. But TV, brain rot. I know people who just sit in front of it for hours, and it's just like, ugh.
So back in the mid to late 90s, when Christine worked at the post-production studio in Studio City, they had this first major writer's strike, first one in a while, and it stuck for a minute. Like they were on strike for many, many months, if not over a year, maybe almost 2 years, right? Writers weren't writing anything. So, and this is like shows that were on TV at that time are like Friends and Will and Grace and X-Files, ER, like it was, and this is prior to streaming and all that other stuff, right? So this is basically still what a lot of people were doing, was watching TV. And then boom, here comes this strike. And the networks needed to fill it with something that didn't break the current contract with the writers unions and the actors unions and things like that, right? So what's left? What's left to dip into? Reality TV. Those people are not union, and they're not joining union because they're not technically actors, and game shows, shit like that. So that's where you got Big Brother, you got what was it, Survivor, you got, like, suddenly all of TV started looking like the MTV Generation 2, where you've just got nothing but this reality trash and stuff like that. But that's what they filled in the space, and it turns out that a lot of Americans really didn't care about the quality of the TV they were watching. They just wanted to watch the TV. And so they went into Survivor and How to Be a Millionaire and all those new things that came out, just ate it up. And that ended up crushing, the writers and the actors and all of those people. They rushed back to the negotiating table. But since then, dude, it's part of the culture now, man. And it is a degrading of the art of television for sure. I'm not really sure what to do about that at this point.
There's nothing. I don't think I've ever watched an episode of Survivor.
I watched the last episode of the first season, and I was grateful to have missed the rest of it.
I don't think I've ever seen any of it.
No.
I do find shows. It has to be a very, very, very good show for me to sit and watch it. And there's certain shows that I have watched that I think were underrated, like Better Call Saul. I think is rated really high, but in my opinion,
but it hasn't been viewed by as many people as you would think. I mean, it's considered to be really good, but yeah,
it's probably the greatest TV show ever put on TV, in my humble opinion. I used to think it was Lost.
Interesting.
Lost was amazing, and then they kind of there's a few seasons there and The Walking Dead, which was good for a couple. But Better Call Saul, it's better than Breaking Bad.
Does it come
underrated, I think.
Does it come to a conclusion? Better Call Saul? Is it done? Like
it comes to it's done.
Okay, so that's cool. That's something that I look for if I'm gonna rate it, and that's why The Walking Dead, even though I loved it for those first few seasons, and to disagree with your earlier point, Game of Thrones, loved it the first 5 seasons. The Lost as well, loved it the first, I don't remember, 4 or 5 seasons. They none of those shows stuck the landing, and that deducts points for me every single time. So
yeah. What do you got that's underrated? What's underrated to you?
Cheers.
Oh, God,
Cheers is a perfect.
Okay.
Cheers was perfect. It was perfect, and it ended perfect. And
all right.
What else would I say is underrated? It's hard for me to think about that, to be completely honest. Easier to say what's overrated than what's underrated.
What about musically underrated?
Beck.
God, he sucks.
I think thought he was in the 90s. I thought he was a savior of music, man.
He is such a loser, dude.
Dude, that Odelay album produced by the Dust Brothers, same excellent. So it's just palette, man. I'm not sure where you were, but wherever you were listening to something that made that not live up to it, and you were looking for something else, and it just wasn't there for you.
I've tried to listen to Beck about 20 times.
Yeah. But each time you probably listen to like, let me see if it's better this time. You're carrying with you something that if you really want to evaluate it, do this. Eat an 1/8 of mushrooms and then put it on your playlist to have it come out, play through the whole album around hour 3. And then listen to that objectively at that point.
I can tell you this. If I ate the mushrooms and put on anything in hour 3, it's going to be amazing. All right? It doesn't have to just be Beck. It can be Kiss.
That's not true. That's not true, man.
Kiss. I could listen to Kiss and be like, oh my God, Gene Simmons is the greatest bass player in the history ever.
Dude, if you're in hour 3 and somebody puts Pat Boone on and you have to listen to that on a repeat for all of hour 3, you are going to be in hell.
No, I'm going to be like, Pat Boone is the greatest songwriter, musician of my time.
I will be swearing to God that I will never eat mushrooms again. Ever, 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 ever. And it'll probably haunt my nightmares for years. Every time I get too tired, I'll hear Pat Boone on repeat in my head.
I haven't eaten any mushrooms in a while, so I don't think I'll be trying that, but maybe.
I haven't either. I have them, but I just haven't. The thing is, I'm out of my practice. I'm out of my meditation practice, and I'm out of the yoga practice. And when I was doing them last time, I was doing all those things together, and they worked well. And I'm kind of nervous to take them without, being able to meditate and shit, because I don't want to ever have a bad trip. I've never had a bad trip, and I don't ever want to have a bad trip.
I have.
Oh, so sorry. I
shouldn't be talking about this. It was 20 decades ago, so. Yeah. I have done a lot of hallucinogenics in my earlier years. Okay, I have had one,
as have most of us.
But I don't think I should probably talk about it on this podcast.
All right.
But with that said, I forgot what I was gonna say. I can't meditate, bro. I tried meditating. Like I tried to like just sit in a quiet place and just feel my breath and
Mm-hmm.
just concentrate on my breathing. And then my ADHD mind, like a squirrel, started thinking of, oh, I gotta mow the lawn. Dog shit has to be picked up. Oh my god, my car needs the oil change. Holy shit, did I forget to order the Coke order for work?
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. Every fucking time.
That's called
I've
monkey
tried it.
brain. They
I've
call
tried it
that
so many times.
in the meditation world, or the mindfulness meditation world, that's called monkey brain. And it's normal, and you're not supposed to fight it, and you don't need to concentrate. Just let it talk, hear it, and let it run. That's basically the way that they've always told me. And you are meditating when you're doing that, by the way. Maybe it doesn't feel like what you think meditation should feel like, but your brain is doing the stuff that it's supposed to be doing. Maybe your brain's got to run through that course, get some of that stuff out, like do you dream? Do you dream a lot? Do you have vivid dreams?
I dream, but not that much.
So that's usually when your brain is like resetting everything that you've gone through. It runs through it real quick in weird ways, nothing that makes any sense, right? But when you meditate and you're having that monkey brain, that's kind of the same thing happening, I think. And so you can ride with that. It's nothing wrong with that. I'll tell you, at the end of it, Jason, even if you spend 30 minutes sitting there and your brain running through all that shit on a constant reel, when you're done, the mind feels different. And so, but it's a practice. It's not like something like you can, you in order to do it well and to have it feel successful for you, you've got to do it repeatedly, kind of, what I'm saying,
Yeah, I
or
get it.
routinely.
I remember I decided I was gonna try a float tank.
Oh, did you ever try
Float
that?
tanks. So I did. I went down to North Park and I got into one. And it was the same fucking thing, dude. It's pitch
Is it
black in
like
there.
pitch black? Is it like pitch
Yeah,
black?
so it's
Yeah,
like
okay.
it's like a tank that you just, and it has, I believe it's salt water inside.
Yeah.
And
So
you're
you
just
float.
supposed to
It's buoyant.
float on it, and it's pitch black. And all I did was fucking have monkey brain, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I can't wait to get out of here at this point. There was nothing relaxing. I was so annoyed. I was so pissed off.
How much did you have to pay for that?
I don't remember. It was like $40, something like that.
So,
I think I had a what are those things called? A Groupon or some shit for it.
that I've had a meditation practice now for about 15 years, and the first 5 years, I don't think I ever felt anything good about it. I just kept redoing it because people that I trust told me that it was going to have an effect. Eventually, when I started doing yoga and stuff like that, and I tried some different techniques, and I started thinking about it differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like you. I was like, damn, I just spent 30 minutes and I didn't meditate at all. And the truth is that was a meditation. Whatever was going on in your head, you did the practice. You set aside the time. You tried to allow your mind to relax, or whatever. You listen to your thoughts. That's all meditation, whatever it feels like. And once I was able to switch that, then it was more useful for me.
Yeah, so maybe. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
And then that's when the mushrooms helped out a lot too. Microdosing the mushrooms during that period of time, it was excellent.
Maybe meditation's overrated.
It could be for some people. I bet for you, it sounds like it is.
No, I really want it to work. I really want to be, because this happens to me at night too. Like just trying to fall asleep.
Yeah.
You know what? You want to know what I do? I probably talked about this. I play a baseball game in my head. So
really?
I start a baseball game and I pitch and I have counts like, that's a ball, that's a strike, that's a yada yada yada. And I have a whole scenario in my head where I get people on base, or it's a double play, or he pops out. I do the whole entire thing, and I switch sides, and I play the next game, the other team, and I do this in my head until I fall asleep. Because if I don't, I've done this for about 5 years.
Really?
Yes.
And how many innings? How many innings does it take you to fall asleep?
I probably get to like the second inning sometimes.
Yeah. All right.
Possibly third, maybe.
Sometimes
dude, that sounds like a great. Where I got.
That sounds like a great technique. I mean, if it works, if it gets you to sleep by the second inning, man, that sounds like success.
It does. Well, I started because I really have always had a hard time falling asleep because my mind always races. Like my mind never stops. So I started counting like backwards from 100, and that wouldn't work. And then I'd listen to like sleeping podcasts or sleeping YouTube videos. Sometimes that would work.
Those are totally overrated.
Sometimes it would work. I'd listen to the Bible for a while. Like I was listening to the Bible on my headphones being spoken to me. I would fall asleep instantly, but then that stopped working. So I found this baseball thing, and it's just something I came up with in my head. I'm like, okay, I gotta stop thinking about what has to happen at work tomorrow, what needs to be done in the house, how I'm gonna pay for this, what am I gonna do with this, what event do I have on the truck, what is blah 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 blah. So I just started playing baseball, and I probably do that 5 nights a week, and it works for the most part. Sometimes it doesn't, but from 80% of the time it works. Sometimes I forget who's on second.
Dude, that to me sounds like a great meditative technique, Jason. I think that's, and if it only takes you at the most a couple of innings, I think that sounds like it's a sound plan to me.
Well, sometimes my innings last long. You know, sometimes we have five run first innings, dude.
Bases are loaded. This guy has fouled off 80 pitches.
I really do that, dude.
Yeah.
It's weird. I do that, and
do you control like what's happening? Like when the guy comes up, do you know he's going to get a hit on a 3-1 count, or do you like let each thing play out on its own?
I just play it out in my head on its own.
So that's like imagination happening as well. You leave a little bit of it.
I have a huge imagination.
Yeah. That is very interesting. I wonder if
it's very weird. I haven't told anyone that before. This is the first time.
Dude, you might have to write a book now because people are going to be like,
I can't even get to bed at night. You think I'll be able to write a book?
Since you brought up baseball, let's switch gears real quick and make your sister's teeth itch and talk about baseball for a minute before we wrap up, because we're at like 35 minutes right now. What is going on with the freaking Brewers, man? What on earth? That is unbelievable.
Man. They're pretty good, dude. Do they still have Christian Yelich? Is he still?
Oh yeah, and he's balling right now too.
Yeah,
I mean, the dude's like on
They're good, man. They're gonna be hard to beat. I'm glad they're in the National League.
Dude, I kind of hope that they like keep the streak going, and the season becomes about like this streak, and then when the streak ends, it's kind of deflating. You know, like I don't know, but it's hard to beat a team that thinks they're supposed to win like that.
How many wins do they have in a row?
I think it's 14 right now.
14 straight game. They won last night.
My cousin Patrick is losing his mind right now.
Is he a Brewers fan?
Oh yeah, he's a Wisconsin dude for sure.
So he's a Packers fan. Ew.
Oh, big time, yeah.
Ew.
Milwaukee Bucks. He's a Milwaukee Bucks fan.
Yeah, I don't care about basketball as much.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't even care about the Brewers.
Yeah. Well, because you're an American League guy. If you were a National League guy, or they were American League, you would care about that. No.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're going crazy, and our teams are kind of falling back.
They've come back to earth. They're still good, dude. It's gonna be. They're gonna have to fight it out. This isn't gonna be. It's not gonna be like it looked the first, 3 months of the season, 2 months of the season, where Detroit and the Dodgers were just gonna run over their leagues, But it's fine. It's better that way. It's better to have hard games during the season, hard runs, and how to try to figure out your problems than getting to the playoffs with everyone thinking that you're supposed to crush, and then you start to have a little bit of a problem. You don't know what the hell to do about it. It's better to do it this way. I always find.
Yeah, I mean, Detroit has quietly, they've won 8 of 10. They're back to.
That's good. So they're back in the winning way, but they've been harder wins, right? They haven't been like the 12-2, 11-1. Yeah,
it's been 1-0.
That's what
yesterday we were down 3-0, I think, in the 6th. We came back and won 6-3. Yeah. No, shit, we won 9-5 yesterday, I think. But yeah, we're always losing at some point. In the beginning, we were always ahead all the time.
Yep.
We're 8.5 games up still, so I mean, it's a comfortable lead, that's for sure. How many games are left? What is there, 6 weeks left?
It's like 6 weeks, yeah.
So what, like 162 games? What game are we in?
I don't know.
So now I gotta look. It's fun for me to have a team that's winning.
Yeah,
it's been so long,
dude. It's been
so long.
the Dodgers, like, they went to playing 500 ball for a bit, and then the Padres just came racing up. And honestly, that has to have everything to do with those moves that they made at the trade deadline, because
What'd they make?
They got, dude, they added another closer to their bullpen and a couple of bats. I think one of those guys, I didn't recognize him, but he hit a bomb off of Kershaw in the first game. But I got to be honest, came into the series against the Padres expecting a tougher series. Like yesterday's game didn't look like the Padres came to play at all. And Snell had his first quality start as a Dodger. Thank God, because I was like, we're paying this dude how much money, to first of all miss half the season and whatnot. And then, dude, this other thing, we picked up one arm at the trade deadline. One arm. Bullpen arm, guy we really, really needed. He made 4 appearances. Where do you think that dude is now?
Injured.
Dude, I swear to God, players come to the Dodgers just for the treatment. They like the medical staff. They're like, I'm feeling a little sore. I think sometime in the next few months, I'm going to probably have to go on the IL. Let me go over there.
Well, my team picked up a bunch of mid-relief that had a 5.6 ERA, so.
Yeah.
I mean, but Johnny Morton has been good.
I told you.
For being 42. He pitched yesterday. I think he pitched 5 shutout innings yesterday. Paddock has been on and off.
You just need that guy to eat up innings. You just need him to eat up innings. That's all you need Paddock for. If Morton gives you more than that, then that's a bonus.
Yeah, with 37 games left in the year.
You want to keep Morton rested, because that dude is going to be money in the playoffs. And if you get beyond that, that's where because he's smart. He's been there before and he's got a ring, so like, that's what you want.
Wait, he played for you guys, didn't he?
I don't think we ever had Charlie. He played against us, and
who did he get a ring with?
He was with the Braves. I thought yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see. 37 games left.
Yep.
Go heading down the stretch. I'm glad we're 8.5 up, and you're only a half a game up, right? Or 1 game
only
up?
A half a game up, dude. As of yesterday, it was a brand new season for the Dodgers and the Padres, man. Everything else doesn't matter. It's just from there on out.
Padres are kind of my second favorite team. Yeah. Sorry.
You don't have to apologize to me, man.
If I was to have a second favorite team, I don't believe in having 2 favorite teams. But if I'm not rooting for my Tigers, then I'll root for the Padres, because I lived there for so long. But I don't believe in having. I can't stand people who have 2 teams and like, oh yeah, if the Padres won the World Series, I wouldn't be like, oh my God, my Padres won. No, I would never do that ever. And there's people
who do that. But you'd be rooting for
them
on the TV. You'd be clapping. You'd be like,
I'd be clapping, but I ain't gonna be posting nothing like. Oh, I might post something like congratulations, but I'm not gonna be like, if Tigers win the World Series, I'll cry. Literally. If the Lions win the Super Bowl. If the Lions win the Super Bowl, you probably won't see me for 6 weeks. I'm going to go on a drug-fueled bender.
That's not how you celebrate good things, bro.
Yes, it is. Just kidding. I'm kidding. But anyways, all right, let's wrap this up.
All right, my brother.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to us, or whoever, 40 of you. Let's get us up to... Let's get us in the 600,000 range. Maybe.
Yeah, but before that, maybe we get up to 45 subscribers. It'd be nice before we get up to 600.
Well, I'm thinking the TikTok thing. We'll start a TikTok and see old man TikTok, and we'll see what happens from there.
All right.
But
we get up to 600,000 subscribers, man, and we are going to be way overrated.
No, I was going to say 600,000 on the scale of numbered podcasts.
Oh, yeah, well, that's easy.
From number 1, if we can get into 600,000, we're winning.
Yo, yeah, we're in it for sure.
All right, brother. Thank you, everyone. Peace. Have a good week.
Take care. Late.